Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Rogue Deck of the Week showcase. This week we are continuing with our little series with how to train a rogue, and this is all about deck building, and this week's topic is really picking the right Pokemon that support your main actor. So this week we are going to do Sylveon Control. That is the name I came up with this deck with. Our main actor being Sylveon EX. It is a stage 1 Tera Psychic type Pokemon with a HP of 270. It has 2 attacks, Magical Charm for a Psychic and double colorless for 160, and then during your opponent's next turn, attacks used by the defending Pokemon do 100 less damage. And then this is really the attack we're focusing the deck around, is Angelite. For a Water, Lightning, and Psychic, it says choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, shuffle those Pokemon and all attached cards into your opponent's deck. If one of your Pokemon use Angelite during your last turn, this attack can't be used. So we can't really go back and back with this type of attack, but this whole deck is around controlling our opponent's bench, thus the control part in the title. Well, how are we doing that? So that's where this week's theme come in. We're going to pick some Pokemon that can help us achieve that goal of controlling what our opponent can do and what they can place onto their bench. And when I was coming up with this idea, the one card that came to mind right away for me was Glimmora EX. So it's another stage 1 Pokemon, fighting type, 270, and it has that Dust Field ability. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent can't have more than 3 bench Pokemon. If they have 4 or more bench Pokemon, they discard their bench Pokemon until they have 3 on the bench. If more than one effect changes the number of bench Pokemon allowed, use the smaller number. And then it has an attack. We're not going to be attacking with this Pokemon. This is all about controlling the bench. So we put Glimmora EX into the active spot. Our opponent gets down to 3 bench Pokemon. And then we switch this with the Sylveon, use Angelite, pick 2 of the Pokemon, and then theoretically all they have left is the Pokemon in the active spot and then 1 bench Pokemon. So yes, when we move Sylveon back into the active, we open up that possibility of them filling up their bench again. But that's the cool thing with how we want this deck to work. We want them to fill it up again and kind of keep this loop going. Well, how do you do the loop? Part of it is with cards. We have a lot of switching cards. So we play Force Switch, we play Surfer, we play Jet Energy, and we play Kieran. Cards that can help us move in and out of the active spot. So one way I want to also help control what my opponent can do is I kind of took a play out of Snorlax Stall. If you ever play against that deck, they're all about milling your resources. So I wanted to pair with Budew and the Rotom package. So with Budew, as everyone know by now, Itchy Pollen, during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards. So we do that for a couple turns, and then we kind of put Rotom in the active and mill away all their items. And the cards we're really looking to mill away are recycling cards like Superior Energy Retrieval. We're looking for cards that can progress board state like Rare Candy for stage 2 decks. Anything that can help prevent them from setting up once we get the Glimmora Sylveon loop going. Another card we play in here that helps us with that is Misfortune Sisters. It's our supporter that basically can do what Rotom does, just from the deck instead from their hand. So we really want to try to use them, go through all the resources, and then whatever resources they don't use, get them out of the deck or from their hand. So that is the concept of deck. So up here is the screen that has a screenshot of the deck. The Radiant choice in this, I put Radiant Jirachi. This is more for a cheeky attacking, trying to get rid of some menacing two prizers. It has the one part I like about this card, as I go back to the live screenshot, I like the ability of Radiant Jirachi. Interested Wishes. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack, search your deck for 3 cards and put them in your hand and shuffle your deck. So really this also helps us get the resources we need, since we are very combo reliant. We do have a 2/2 Bidoof Bibarel for draw, but other than that we don't really have a lot of draw. We're hoping just to either naturally draw into what we have or use the Bidoof Bibarel cards to help us get in there. And then the Radiant Jirachi kind of just like seals up everything. So that is the list. We'll get into a couple games and hopefully we can show off the concept of this deck. I will put out this warning, I have done some play testing with this and it is a very difficult control loop to pull off. This is not something I would take to a challenge, unfortunately, but this is something that is unique. I've never played a control deck, so when I came up with this week's topic, I wanted to do something different, something that I normally won't ever do. And Sylveon EX kind of lends itself into that direction of being more control-like. We do put ourselves in a situation where we can attack with it because we do play energy and we can do that magical charm attack. And we also attack with Rotom a little bit too. And with the DT, you could attack with the Radiant Jirachi. So we are attacking. One last thing I want to say, the ace spec of choice is Miracle Headset. I couldn't really find a decent ace spec for this. Playing with kind of like the Snorlax stall approach for control, we want to try to get our supporters and use Misfortune Sisters as much as possible. So this was an easy way for us to recycle that instead of using Cyllene, which we do play 2 Cylenes, but that's also coin flip heavy or coin flip reliant. So let's take this on the casual ladder, see how we do, and at least prove that like we can control our opponent's bench. Hello everyone, we are gearing up for game number 1 with Sylveon control. We're flipping the coin. We're going to see who goes first. Ideally, we will want to go first, just because we are a setup deck. So, opponent flip tails. We have the option, so we will like to go first. So, we'll see what we go against. From my play testing with this deck, we have issues with Dragapult. It is everywhere. It is probably the new BDIF of this format, even in the casual ladder. Okay, so we are going against Sea King Festival lead with Fire Energy. I believe this is with the Skeldalurge EX, the Tera Pokemon. So they'll be able to hit more damage. So they'll start with the Grookey. We start with the Radiant Jirachi. So this is an interesting. So we're going to attach double turbo energy. I wish we had something to set up our board. We don't. We just have to hope that they cannot attack us for game. At least we are set up for next turn to attack. If they don't set up, maybe we can get another cheese win for this. So they're going to play Earthen Vessel, discard Fire Energy, which is interesting because energy is very precious in that deck. You want to save it until you have that stage 2 Skeldalurge EX, because that's your fire acceleration, but they may not think they need it. So they get a Budew, see if they will retreat, because they only need, yep, so it looks like they're going to item lock us, which will put a hurting on us if we don't draw into a Pokemon. So we did not get any damage. Oh cool, we got a Bidoof. So if you was wondering why we didn't get damage even though they attacked us, we are resistant to grass. So this is very good for us. I wish we got a Rotom or an Eevee out. This is not a fun start for us. I'm gonna just attack and maybe we can get the cheese win or cheese knockout. We do have to flip 2 coins. If any of them are tails, it does nothing. So yeah, because the first one's tails, nothing. So we are in a tough situation here. We'll see if we can claw our way back. The fact that they're attaching to other Pokemon shows that they're also not in a decent spot as well. Man, we're not drawing to our Pokemon at all right now. If we have the Eevee, we can easily accelerate energy. We got switch options. We just don't have the Pokemon. So we're just going to attack again. Let's just see if we can knock the Budew out. And that's the thing with coin flip attacks. It's especially with this one, we need both heads. So with Prismatic Evolutions, the new holo that they came out with is the Pokeball. So there's a Pokeball and Master Ball. Okay, so they really didn't do anything. We got Jet Energy. Man, we're not drawing to anything we need right now. So we're just going to keep maybe 3rd time's a charm. Let's see how this goes. Nope. We're always getting 1-1. But as I was saying, with Prismatic Evolutions, there's a new holo backing. Oh, Charge-a-Det. So they're playing with Stellar Edge. Yeah, so that makes sense with how much energy they discarded. Nest Ball, and we can't play it because we are item locked. So, let's see. We're just gonna keep trying to attack, see what we can do here. But they have a lot of, almost every card has the option to have that Pokeball in the reverse holo spot. So I know some people have pulled a Master Ball version. I've pulled in real life a Pokeball version of Budew, I believe, and I also have a Pokeball version of a Slowpoke. So it's really cool to see in real life. So they're just stalling us out, item locking us. Tera Orb came and do that. Our hand's pretty big right now because we can't play anything. We can play the energy, but I don't want to. So we're just gonna try and attack again. There we go. We can knock out the Budew, get a prize. This is the first time in a while that I've actually got a knockout with Radiant Jirachi. Wish it was on something bigger than a 30 HP Pokemon, but we'll take what we get. Misfortune Sisters. So that's something we can play next turn to help get items out of our opponent's deck. We don't want them finding stuff. We don't want them playing Pokemon down. We want to try to deck them out. That is the point of this deck. So this is an interesting combination. So now we can actually play cards because we're not item locked for once. So with that, I want to get my Eevee out because we can get Tera Orbit for Sylveon next turn. I'm going to preemptively play a second energy on there. I could build it out, but I don't want to. I want to wait because that could get knocked out if they have a boss. So we are going to play Misfortune Sisters, take out 2 item cards, and those are pretty decent item cards too. Take that out of the deck. And let's see if we can get 2 knockouts in a row. Odds are against us, but you never know. Yeah. Go from 2-0 to 0-2. So we'll see what the opponent does. So their goal is to try to get Stellar Edge out. They have a decent amount of energy in the discard and they got it. So we're going to get knocked out this turn. But interesting to see that they're attaching energy on all those Pokemon. I'm wondering what they're going to do. So I'm gonna get Bibarel or Bibarel out. I'll get a Glimmet out. What else do I want to get out this turn? I'm gonna get a Buddy-Buddy and start setting up our board. Okay, opponents is getting prize cards. We're gonna promote Eevee because we actually get the Eevee going this turn. So we're gonna evolve, play down the Glimmet. Buddy-Buddy will get another Eevee out. And then we'll get another Glimmet out just in case. Tera Orb. Grab the Sylveon. Evolve up. So we know they were hitting 220 last turn, so they could knock us out if they get going. So I'm gonna play Crispin and get our other energies out. Doesn't matter which one we put in hand because both are gonna go back on Sylveon. Okay, this is where we can figure out what we need to do. So we can either attack and try to take 100 less damage next turn, survive a hit, or we can slow down their bench because we can take out their Grookies because then they can't use Boom Boom Groove. So we may just do that because that's the point of the deck. We want to disrupt their hand. I wish we can put the Silver Edge onto the bench, but we don't have a way to do that. So we're going to Angelite here, and we're going to put the Grookies back in. Slow down the support engine, as this is about the support mon. Support mons are very important in almost every deck we play, or play against. So if we can identify what is the important pieces, we can slow down our opponent and try to get a leg up. So we're going to wait and see what they do. They only got a 3-card hand versus our massive hand right here. So they're getting the Golding up. I believe they can attack twice because of the Festival Elite ability. Oh no, they're retreating. I wonder why. Oh, they're trying to get more energy into the discard. So I see what they did. But I'm not sure if it's enough. It is not enough. That's good. We're in a decent spot. And we're not even doing the loop with the Glimmora. We don't need that yet. They don't have anything on the bench. They're being really slow. So with that, we can probably try to set up something else right now. So we're going to try to set up another Sylveon. What don't we need? I want to do the water energy because we can get that back with a Night Stretcher. And I'm going to do Cyllene. I don't think we'll need Cyllene this match. I'm going to get Sylveon. That way we can get another Sylveon set up for next turn. So we'll do Crispin. So let's get this going here. Get another Sylveon. So we can Angelite and just slow them completely down, or we can start attacking. So we're going to start attacking because at this point they're two-shotting. They need to hit us 2 more times. Actually more than that, because now we're taking 100 less damage. So unless they have a way to really ramp up their energy, we're in a good spot. So they're going to take out. Look like they're going to take out the Bibarel, which doesn't hurt us for now. Our hand is greater than 5. Oh, and it affects all of us. That's good. So we have an opportunity to take him out. So we're going to switch back into our Sylveon. I am going to actually put a DTE on the Bibarel so we can use it as a retreat if we need to, if we run out of switching options. So we are, and opponent concedes. We were able to set up before them. We saw a little bit of how Angelite can disrupt their support engine. So that was game 1. Glad we got the dub on that. So we'll go to game 2. Okay, now we're going into game number 2. We got the dub on the first game there against a Ceruledge Festival lead deck. That was a very interesting idea. Maybe something to put in the back burner for a future Rogue deck of the week, maybe? We'll see. But now we're waiting for the coin flip. So we were able to use Angelite last game. So hopefully in this game we can try to get the Glimmora added into that loop to kind of show the interaction and synergy of the Glimmora EX's ability with the Angelite's attack. So we won the coin flip. We're going to go first again. Like I mentioned last game, we are a setup deck. So we had an issue last game. Luckily, we had just a slow start as our opponent, so we were able to get a leg up. So we'll see how this goes. We start off with a mulligan, so they're going to see what we're doing, but I guarantee you they have no idea what we're playing. So we are going first. I want to start off with the Budew, because I am fine sacrificing this if we have to, since we don't know what we're going against. So, 2 Hoohoots. This, to me, looks like we're playing some sort of Terapagos deck. So, I want to bench the Eevee. I want to bench the Rotom. I'm not really going to do anything else. I'm glad we started with the Budew, because that is also a free retreater. So, that can be our pivot if we can somehow get into the Sylveon or even something else we can sacrifice. But until then, I'm going to end the turn and we'll see what our opponent is playing. But by with 2 Hoots, we're playing some sort of Tera deck. I know the evolutions have started playing the Noctowl line. So we'll see what they do, if they are going to do anything. Normally, if they had something, they would slap it down. So they're either being very methodical, or they're having maybe some... There we go, Tera Orb. So this is going to show us what we're playing against. So it could be an evolution deck like Flareon, that's very popular. Another Eevee EX, so it is a evolution deck, so we just don't know which one. But Eevee EX has that ability, Rainbow DNA, where you can evolve any evolution EX to it. It's kind of like the Eevee that we have. So in any evolution deck, you can play 8 outs for Eevees. So the Fire Energy, so this could be a Flareon deck most likely. That is a very strong deck we're seeing out on the ladder currently. I know that is in our queue for the series. We'll see how Flareon fits into the topics that we will discuss about how to really deck build. So we'll see if they do anything else this turn. They are being very, I would say methodical is probably the best word. Ultra Ball. Okay. We'll see what else they fill their bench with. We want to see them fill their bench. We want to try to get not useless cards, but if we can put their main attacker or main Pokemon on their bench and make their bench as small as possible, it will give us an advantage with how our deck works. Unfortunately, we're not taking out that Eevee EX this turn. So, I want to attach the Eevee. I can Itchy Pollen them, that way they're forced to only play supporters. Because I know they have that Noctowl in hand. I can play Surfer, but that will only draw me one card. So I'm not sure if it's worth it. So I'm just going to Itchy Pollen them, item lock them. I could have done the colorful catch, but then I run the risk of losing that Eevee, and I don't want that right now. So with us item locking our opponent, they can't play switch cards, so the only way that they can get their Eevee into the active... Oh, forgot, they can play tools. So they can retreat that Hoot Hoot. We know they have a Noctowl, but unless they have a way, unless they have the evolution card in hand, they're not going to be able to find a way to get the Pokemon they need. So we don't know what that second card is. We know, okay, there's a Noctowl. So we'll see what they grab. And remember, it has to be trainer card. So it could be a stadium, supporter, item, tool. But they can't play any items, so I can see them grabbing a supporter. And obviously, yeah, they'll grab a supporter, maybe even a stadium, because they haven't played a supporter yet. So they can Iono and try to get cards. They can research, try to get cards, because they have a very small hand size. So research and crystal, yeah. So they're going to try to attack this turn. So we'll see. So Roxanne, yeah, that's not good early on in the game. We'll see what they grab. If they don't grab that Pokemon, then we are good. They'll probably attack with the Eevee, I would think, no matter what. Because they can still do 200 damage. That's a pretty decent amount of damage. Definitely will knock out our Budew. Make us trying to figure out another way to deal with this Eevee. But we can counter catcher up a Hoot Hoot, since we will be behind in prizes, and if we can somehow get a Crispin... Oh, they don't even attack. I don't know why they didn't attack. That's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, even if we use Surfer, switch out, we're not doing anything. So it's good that we can just play it slow. They're obviously not getting what they need. So yeah, we're just gonna Itchy Pollen them. I don't know why they didn't attack. They could have. Because they have all the... Or no. I just realized they don't have the right energy, because their energy is for their evolution. So I'm trying to think what plays Fire and Dark. Maybe it's an Espeon? So they got a, what, Wellspring Mask? So it's probably Vaporeon then. Or Glaceon. So that's interesting. So they just... another Surfer. I wonder why they didn't retreat, and they could have sobbed us. Interesting. Well, our hand's a little clogged right now. So we're just still gonna Itchy Pollen them, put damage on. Make them not use items, slow them down. The whole point of this deck is to be in control. Even though we're playing slow, we can be in control. So we're going to play Buddy-Buddy Poffin. We're going to grab another Eevee and Budew. I want to say Glimmet. That way we can get that loop going. So we can Cyllene. We're just going to Itchy Pollen. We're going to be slow. Lock them out as long as we can until they knock us out. We are in control. We can tell that they're struggling. They haven't pulled pieces that they need. So they have another Noctowl, but we'll see what they can grab. The only things that they can probably play is either, I'll guess, an Area 0 Underdepth if they play that, since this is a Tera focused deck. they will need a supporter. If I were them, I wouldn't. Oh, they're grabbing Iono. I was gonna say I wouldn't play Iono because they see that we're struggling too. So, okay, they're playing Iono. They're going to give us a fresh 6 cards. So I kind of wish I would have grabbed that Budew, get Bibarel, but we can do that this turn. So yeah, they're going to take the attack. They're finally being aggressive here. I kind of want to play the Rotom, try to get rid of cards in their hand, but we don't have that lightning energy. I want to get Eevee out and see where this takes us. So Ultra Ball, so we can get that Sylveon out, but then we're still not attacking, but neither are they. So I'm going to play Nest Ball. I'll grab a Budew. Interesting. I have a crazy idea. I want to get the Jirachi. And then I'm just gonna get into the active and try to let it be the sacrificial lamb. That's what I want to do, because I'm hoping to get knocked out. That way it procs my Entrusted Wishes ability, and I can grab the cards that we need. So they finally get Flareon out, so that's what I thought it was. I knew it was some sort of Flareon deck. And then, yeah, they're going to do way more than enough damage. So we'll see what else they do. But with them knocking out the Jirachi, yes, we want to be behind 2 prize cards. But we can get what we need. So we can get a Sylveon, we can get a Crispin, and we can get a Glimmet or Glimmora out, and kind of get our loop going. At least we can show that it's possible to get it working. I wish. Ooh, we can actually also get a counter catcher. That way we can put that Flareon back onto the bench. So that's what I'm going to grab. So one of them is going to be a counter catcher. Another one's going to be the Glimmora. Actually, no. I want to do Tera Orb so we can get the Sylveon EX. And then we're going to do Misfortune Sisters, because we can use the Ultra Ball to get the Glimmora. And we're going to kind of screw up their game plan here. So we'll promote the Glimmet. You know what? I should have grabbed Crispin. I wasn't even paying attention. I was so focused on getting something else going. So we are going to pull up the Hoot Hoot. We're going to use the Tera Orb to get the Sylveon out. We're going to evolve our Eevee. We're going to evolve our Bibarel. We're going to use Ultra Ball, and we're going to get rid of the DTE and the Glimmet to get Glimmora. Evolve our Glimmet to Glimmora and make them get rid of their bench. I want to see what they do. But I should have grabbed Crispin instead of Misfortune Sisters. But we can see. So we're going to use Bibarel. See what we can get from this. So we're going to evolve up the other Sylveon. I really wish we would have grabbed the Crispin. That was a misplay on my part. So because of it, we're gonna just Misfortune Sisters. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's all good cards that they need. Put that in discard. They can't have access to that. I'm gonna play that down. That way all we need is a Psychic Energy. And we're just going to pass. We're going to keep the Glimmora in the active. Control their bench size. They have to boss us to get around this. Because even though Area 0 is in play, our ability trumps Area 50, the Area 0. And then they have the Hoot Hoot going. Or I pulled up the Hoot Hoot in the active spots. So I'm forcing them to use resources to get going. So I'm wondering if they're going to attach the Hoot Hoot in retreat. Because I kind of forced them to do this. Like, yes, we're going to take some damage. But if I can get a switch out with the Sylveon, I can try to get their attackers out. Put them back in the deck and make them reset up. Especially if they don't attack. Okay, so they got the switch. They're going to attack. I don't think... They're not going to knock us out. They're only doing 130, I believe. If they're using the first attack. Second attack... Oh no, they're going to knock us out. That's 280. So we'll see how this goes. But I still feel pretty good. I like how we're getting this together. I'll be honest. This is actually going a lot better than my initial playtesting. I was actually able to get this loop going. So for now, we are going to promote the Sylveon. Hopefully we can disrupt them or even attack. Oh, perfect. So we get the energy we need. We're going to Bibarel, see what we grab. Crispin, okay. So we can go for the Crispin play. Actually, I'm tempted to Night Stretcher, get a Glimmet back up. That way we can try to pull off the loop again if they build up their board. So we can get rid of Eevee and Wellspring. They're going to be able to knock us. Can they attack? So they can't do the big attack twice in a row, so that's good. I'm going to play the Miracle Headset. I only have one. Ooh, I should have waited. I'm learning this deck, y'all. So I'm going to see what items I can get out of their deck. Ooh, all these 4 items. That's awesome. Bye-bye items. Bring that down a little bit. And then I am going to Angelite and get these out because I'm not worried about the Hoot Hoot. I just want to get this loop going. I like how we're able to control their bench. They have a stadium in play that allows them to get 8 Pokemon on their bench, and I'm not allowing them to do it at all. I'm making them reset up everything, which means they're reusing resources. So they're getting everything back. So with that, let's see how many Pokemon setup cards, ball search cards they use to get to this point again. Because if I can get this Glimmora back up, their bench is going way back down. And I have the Gen Energy to do that. So far, they used 3 Ultra Balls, a Buddy Poffin, I got rid of 2 Tera Orbs, Super Rod, Glass Trumpet. Like, they've used 2 Ultra Balls. They're running out of resources to set up. So that's good for us. So we'll see if they attack with the first. So the Glass Trumpet, because they have a Tera in play, 2 Teras in play. So they're probably going to try to power up that Eevee to get the next attacker going, since I did disrupt that. And they also get it on the Fan Room, which is good because they do have a stadium in play. So that's something to watch out for. So they're going to attack, and they just pass. They don't even attack. So let's see what we're going to do. We are going to Crispin, and we're going to get our next Sylveon powered up. Or at least get it going to that point. That way we just have to do 1 attachment. We are going to draw for 2. If we can get that Glimmora, that'll be awesome. Yeah, we found a way Glimmora, but we already attached for turn. So we can't lower this size. I should have waited. Actually, no, we have Switch. So let's get that Glimmora out. So get the Glimmora. And then we're going to switch into it and lower their bench size. Yes, we have a possibility of... We're going to be... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. They have game. I don't know why I just did that. I should have just Angelited. Or attacked. I just gave them game. That's on me for not being too tunnel focused here. If they see the writing on the wall. But... you can see how getting this loop going, we can control their bench size, pick what Pokemon they can have in play. Yes, it may not be the best. I should have just attacked. But it is what it is. They had game really no matter what. Because they didn't attack last turn and my Sylveon's only 270 HP. I probably could have promoted the Rotom to go for a single prizer and stay in the game. That's on me. But at least we got it set up, and I'm kind of happy with that. So that was game number 2. Hopefully we'll do better in game number 3. We are 1-1 for the night, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, everyone, we are here for game number 3. We're 1-1 for the night. So, as we saw, we got the Glimmora Sylveon loop going. We just need to try to get them to a point where they're going to try to get close to decking out. So, man, we're 3 for 3 on the coin flips tonight. This is great. We're going to go first, as always, try and get set up. But as you saw, we used the Glimmora to limit down their bench. And then we use the Sylveon to take out what they didn't choose. So I want to start with Radiant Jirachi. And that's mainly because I want to try to get what I need. Okay, so they're taking a mulligan, so there's some sort of dark deck maybe? But I want to sacrifice Jirachi, get what I need, and try to just get going very early game. We actually have a very decent hand. A very good hand. I honestly haven't had a hand like this before. And when they start limiting on V, that is good for us. So we'll get our Eevees out. Use Buddy-Buddy. Get a Bidoof. Get a Glimmet. I'm going to play the Budew just as a backup. Our bench is set. I wish we had an energy. That would have been the icing on the cake. Get our Eevee mostly set up. We have the Surfer. We have draw cards this turn. So we're going against a Hydreigon Pidgeot deck. So with this one, we want to try to have them use their rare candies and then put the Pokemon that require rare candies back into their deck. They rarely play the middle stages, but with Budew being out there, anything is possible. So with Arven, they grabbed Rare Candy and Sparkling Crystal. So this is what we're looking for. We want to use up that Rare Candy. Okay. So we're going to start powering up Eevee. We're going to Surfer and switch up the Budew and item lock them. We know that they have... Oh, that's perfect. This is a really great hand, y'all. So we know they have that Rare Candy in hand. So we're going to item lock them. That way they can't do anything. As much as I want to sacrifice the Jirachi, we're going to be slowing them down. So let's Itchy Paw them, item lock them, make them use resources. Let's see if they have the Pidgeotto and Zweilous. If they do, okay, they're in a good situation. If not, we can just keep holding them because they're not attacking us unless they can. So they do play middle stages, which is smart with Budew in the format. A lot of the stage 2 decks are playing those middle evolutions because they can't guarantee the Rare Candy every turn like we did just a couple weeks ago. So they're going to start Alchemy. Let's see what they grab. Has to be probably a supporter card. Wonder if there's... We know their A spec is Sparkling Crystal. So we have to be mindful of the Obsidian attack. So we need to try to evolve up our Pokemon as quickly as possible. I know typically we are slow to set up. We don't have really a lot of draw. And then, so they're preemptively doing that because they really can't attach anything else. One interesting thing is that they have not attached energy yet. So they're either not drawing into it, yeah. So they're going slow as well. So I say we're good. We'll do our tried and true strategy. We'll go slow, item lock them, make them have the Pokemon, make them get the energy acceleration. Because they can't attach, retreat, and attach an energy in one turn. So they're either going to attach the Lumineon to retreat, or they're attaching to the Hydreigon to attack. They can't do both. Can't play a switching card, can't play switch card to heal that off. They start off with really bad Pokemon, and that's what it is. Sometimes that happens. So they're playing Arven. We'll see what they grab. But if we can keep this Lumineon in play, I would love to use Angelite on the 2 Pokemon they have right now and let them reset up everything. That is the goal. That is the plan. Will it happen? We'll see. So, let's see. We don't really have a lot going on right now either. We're really waiting to get the Bidoof. We're really waiting to get a Crispin. I could play the Kieran just to try to not put more damage on there, but I'm not too much of a rush here. So we're just gonna Itchy Pollen again. Get damage on there. The good thing is we set this up in a way where if we do want to do Magical Charm, that's an easy attack for us, an easy KO. But we don't really go for the KO. We got the Crispin, and we got a switch. So we can get these out. And oh, this is perfect. So, let's see. We need to be methodical here. I'm going to play the Crispin, and we have Water Energy on, so I'm going to grab Psychic and Lightning. Doesn't matter which one, because we're attaching both to Sylveon. Don't even need the switch. This is a free retreat. So we're going to retreat into the Sylveon. I am going to Tera Orb for another Sylveon, just so we have that on our bench already. I am going Ultra Ball, the Buddy, and I don't see us needing the headset. And we're going to grab the Glimmora. That way we have that ready for our game plan. And we are just going to Angelite. There's only 2 Pokemon, and we clear off their bench. All we have left is that Lumineon, and if he cannot do anything, we can Magical Charm for the KO. Oh, this is going to be fun. Because I can retreat. Oh no, we can't retreat because it's the effect of the attack. But I can get easy 2 prizes here. I know we don't really attack. If we somehow get Boss, we can get that. Ooh, we are in a good spot. I can switch and item lock him again. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch. I'm going to play Misfortune Sisters. So that was a whiff, but at least we tried. I want to put energy onto Sylveon. And I'm just going to item lock. Do some damage, item lock. They can't evolve up right away using Rare Candy. And then start the loop all over again. We don't even need Glimmora this turn. They're not benching anything. Yeah, they're not happy with what we're doing. And they concede. So, a quick game 3. You can see how this works. Going 2-1 for the night. I'm actually kind of surprised by this. So, that was a fun game 3. So, as you can tell, the Sylveon deck, it's a little chaotic. I was actually kind of glad how it worked out tonight. As I mentioned numerous times, I did not have this luck in my playtesting. I originally had the boosted evolution Eevee and Dragapult, which was all over the place and just ate me up. Wasn't able to show off the Rotom. I like having that in this deck, but this is a nice, fun way. I wouldn't bring this to a challenge. This is fun for your fun casual league night. Seeing how you can use a different style of playing. I am not a control player by any means. I like either the defensive decks or the aggro decks. So the fact that I can have my hands and try something new myself, this was a challenge on both the deck building side, figuring out what the best support Pokemon is and how to get the quote-unquote control style going. It was a fun puzzle for me. So this is the list. Deck list will be in the show notes. Let us know how you like this, what you would change. We are open to criticism here. We're open to suggestions. We're learning along like you all. I'm not a good deck builder, and I'm glad we're doing this deck series, and it's helping me become a better trainer myself. So, like, subscribe, tell your friends about this podcast and the YouTube channel. And then until next time, have fun playing those sneaky decks, y'all.